10 money mistakes most people make in their 20s. The 20s are the second decade of a person's life, and the transition from the teens age still feels fresh in this period of one's life. As a result, it is easier to take things for granted than it will be in one's 30s, when life reveals more of its irreversible realities. One of such things many young people take as nothing is money management. Unfortunately, the carelessness in handling finances, if unchecked, does not just stay in the 20s, but can encroach into the 30s and beyond. A lot of cases of being broke throughout one's adult life didn't start as a result of staying out of a job or having little or no opportunity to make money. They arise mainly from errors made with money was forgotten. In this video, we'll be sharing with you 10 common money mistakes people make in their 20s. If you're new here, consider subscribing so you won't miss other interesting videos like this. 1. Spending above your means. There is nothing as easy and as sweet as having money and spending it anyhow one deems fit. The good life is what we all desire, but when we understand that it may endanger our financial resources, it is important to stay within the bounds of our earnings, and so build wealth. The deception in receiving salaries every month or wages every day is that the next payment is guaranteed, which would motivate carefree spending as long as it can be afforded. More so, when there are people to impress, it becomes difficult to resist the urge of buying the same costly things they have or going to places they frequent, even though we do not have the same financial power as they do. By no means does doing so keep a person heads above debts and other financial crises. 2. Taking no heed to have an emergency fund. It is expected that with earnings come savings. One of the most important forms of saving money is building an account for emergencies because they are bound to happen. An emergency is a happening that needs immediate attention, without which events could turn sour. It could take the form of losing a job or paying for a distressed relative to return home from a crisis-torn area. When there is no money reserved exclusively for emergencies, it is very difficult to wiggle out of a financial embarrassment without paying for it in a hard way. Hint: to save for emergencies, designate a particular account for such and regularly fund it with a certain percentage of your income. Your bonuses and allowances should all go into your emergency account. Do not for any reason take out from that account until an event that requires urgent action takes place. 3. Having no laid down financial goals. Without a goal, it is vain to pursue a cause. To be rich is a goal, and the plans to attain it follow thereafter. To pay off a debt is also another goal. Basically, having a goal is enough motivation to plan well financially. With the goal in sight, it is easy to make realistic plans to achieve it, just as in the case of emergency fund. Without such a financial goal, one will not save and must have well positioned oneself for financial failure. 4. Being unrealistic with one's financial expectations. Having newly secured a job that pays well in the 20s, some persons make calculations with their yet-to-be-seen salaries for projects they intend funding. They have already gone borrowing with the promise that they will pay once they are paid. Unfortunately, such plans do fail, as it is not guaranteed that they will last long in the said jobs. That brings us to the next mistake, which is 5. Depending solely on one's basic salary. Recession in the economy can lead to the downsizing of workforce. Once that happens, those that had only earnings from salaries to depend on would be in a huge financial fix, pending when they secure another job. As much as a salary pays, it is important to have a side hustle with one's spare time to not only have another source of income, but also to have something to fall back on when the mainstream source fails. Many fail to understand that a mistake can lead them into the from grace to grass syndrome. 6. Waiting until retirement to start saving. This is not only a mistake, but also a foolish financial mistake to make. Having no savings until one retires amounts to planning to live from hand to mouth in one's not so active years. It is better to start now to invest in retirement from your 20s with your personal savings or through your company's retirement plans. 7. Planning a big event without a budget. Forget the ultra-rich personalities who can spend thousands of dollars at a go. You are yet to be like them. So, you need to sit down and work out a budget for that big event, whether it's a wedding or a birthday party. As exciting as they are, they end in a matter of hours, but the indelible mark of going bankrupt could remain for a very long time. In the spirit of trying to show off as rich, a lot of persons in their 20s have landed into deep seas of debts arising from big events they hosted. 8. Not taking note of the little spending. It appears financially harmless when saving to buy a bottle of beer every day, given that it is less than $1 on the average. However, when it is tracked, one will notice that the leverage is from the seemingly friendly spending where much money isn't spent at a go. Without being mindful of the long-term effect of little everyday expenses on habitual ones, many have run out of money quicker than they planned. 9. Credit cards. Where misunderstood and misused, a credit card is a trap in the form of a blessing. It is a payment card issued by a bank for use by the card holder, who could pay for goods or services with a promise to pay back alongside other interest to the card issuer, which is the bank. Though having a credit card makes a business credible, it is a debt builder when someone decides to live off it. The desire to have anything their eyes sees leads to the misuse of credit cards. Before one is able to realize it, debts owed the bank will be too scary to pay off. 10. Not taking calculated risk. Granted that life is full of risk, it is expected that risk well assessed be taken in order to avoid getting hurt unnecessarily. Investing money in a Ponzi scheme is an uncalculated risk, and a dangerous one at that. It is advisable to read in between the lines of every term and conditions stated for a business venture. This will help in ensuring that a person doesn't get entrapped by conditions that are difficult to get out from without spending one's life savings. In conclusion, if there is any time to start taking life serious, that's your 20s. You are no longer a teenager, and life can only become more and more complex from the day you clock 20. So it's wise to be smart with your money. Thank you for watching our videos. We'd like to give you another interesting video for you to enjoy next. But before then, our team will be very happy if you can like this video and share it with your friends on social media. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss other interesting videos like this. Look at your screen now to see 2 other videos we handpicked for you to enjoy next. We love you.